Good. I normally say good evening, but I gotta say good night, everybody. Welcome to Fire Up. I hope you all as fired up as I am. Maybe, maybe.
Yay!
I gotcha. Well, we're off to a little late start than we normally are, but that's because we had some really good programming preceding this. We actually had two shows tonight. Scott did a Motor City Mad Mouse show with Steve Ballesteri. You got to check that one out. And then if you're into hockey, you got to check out Sports Rap that he had previously. So,
It's my friend Yoli, Pack Babe. Hello, Yoli.
awesome. Guys, $20 million, Kirk Cousins. $20 million.
Well, that's
His
the
agent
guarantee for
needs a bus in Canton.
Yeah,
It's unreal.
his agent is the GOAT. We know this. I
It
mean,
is
that guy
unreal.
keeps getting paid. He could have been signed for the vet minimum for what Atlanta gave him. And they just went ahead and said, no, we're going to get you for 2 years. We're going to give you a $20 million guaranteed this year and another $10 million next year.
Yeah.
$80 million option.
And an
Well,
$8
and
million
then-
option. Yeah.
Yeah, and then of course the total contract, even though it's not all guaranteed, is 5 years, 157. But still, 2 years, 20 million for a guy who chances are is going to start no more than half the season for you because they're going to draft Mendoza number one.
Right.
I think that's all but a given, and you're not going to have a number one overall pick on the bench. I mean, literally, the way they went about this offseason was set up for Mendoza to come in and have the most success right away. When you look at, they beefed up the offensive line, they beefed up their defense, so they've got some pieces around them there for the future. But
they can ease Mendoza in with this.
Well, right. I mean, Cousins is a perfect bridge quarterback for this guy. He really, really, really is. I mean, you certainly want to see Mendoza get going in the beginning, but hey, listen, if you can get that kind of money and be a bridge guy, why not? Bring me this guy's agent, for God's sake. Forget Bobby Bonilla. I want Kirk Cousins' agent.
Generational bag getter.
No kidding.
And got two big contracts from the Vikings. Somehow conned Atlanta into giving him $100 million guaranteed after his torn Achilles at age 35, and now $20 million guaranteed for a bridge quarterback.
Yeah, but Samir, what you're forgetting is he went ahead and played for Washington and played on the franchise tag,
but they never gave him that second contract.
That's not the point. The point is, I know where you're coming from, Samir, but here's the thing. If you can play and get Dan Snyder's money for the franchise tag and get that kind of cabbage and then eventually go ahead and get this money, this guy's doing awfully good. He's probably getting paid $334+ million, whatever that number is, for all the money. This guy's done well for himself. He can buy an NFL team.
Yeah.
And remember that year that he, after that franchise tag, before he signed with Minnesota, 2 weeks before that, Detroit made Matt Stafford the highest paid quarterback, and then they turned around 2 weeks later and signed Kirk Cousins as the highest paid quarterback.
Yeah, right. I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, more power to Cousins. If you get it, they're willing to pay it. The Raiders spent a lot of money this offseason. They're not looking to get a few wins. That's it. I mean, and they're set up for Mendoza.
I think with the addition on the O-line that they had, they're still missing a tackle and maybe a guard. But the guards, and as we've seen, you can get decent guard play out of rookies all the way to 4th and 5th rounders. So I don't think they have to address that right away. They should go tackle in the 2nd round. Whoever's the best right tackle available, just go ahead and take them. And I think that completes their offensive line. And everything else can be wide receivers, running backs that can catch out of the backfield. Because let's face it, Ashton Genty was not good at catching the ball out of the backfield last year.
Yeah, but Ashton Genty was in a bad situation. He had Chip Kelly as his offense for give the guy a mulligan. Just like I lived it. And hold on, give the guy a mulligan like I had to deal with Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville under Urban Meyer. All right, he's a redshirt year. Now you're bringing a guy like Kubiak, who's a real good offensive guy. Now I feel like Genty will be judged properly instead of what he had to deal with the next dumpster fire.
And then I was going to add on to that. You think about what tree Clint Kubiak comes from. It's the Shanahan tree. One thing about
thanks for backing my point up.
They utilize running backs in the passing game.
Thanks for backing. So thanks for backing my point up, Samir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
So I think you'll see Genty used a lot the way we use Bijan Robinson here.
Right. So Shula, this is for you. I need 5 seconds of what he needs.
You know, you got to get some sound effects like that once in a while on our shows. There, this guy's pretty good at that stuff.
Gotcha.
Although she does pretty good behind the scenes. But come on, okay. All right, Dazzle.
Kim's in the house.
Yeah, he was in my house earlier. I don't know. Yeah, that's Jackaway's Jack Wagons. What up, Jack Wagons? I don't know what that means, but he mentioned it earlier. It's okay. It's all good, RM Dizzle. Make it consistent on every show, anyhow. At least the numbers count either way. See, Kate, you got to get into that music stuff there, boy.
That was me.
Well, you didn't do it on my shows.
Well, now I know.
And if we ever have breaking news, I got one.
After breaking news?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know. All right. I'll tell you should have saw the boxing match that improved on Wednesday night, though, when I was going at it with a few people.
These are actually live stream, Eastside. This isn't just a recording. It's because I cover more than one sport. I covered the Tigers already. I am also adding in the Red Wings and Pistons shortly. I'm branching out, which makes it a sports network, not just a... Thank you, Pac Babe. Being called a Jack Wagon's a good thing.
So, Michael, did you learn anything from the hockey show that you were on earlier? I'll tell you, we had a lot of information there earlier, my man. I mean, Dennis Rook, a guy from the Washington Capitals who should be in the Hall of Fame, and he's on our show every week. And I got Mike Santos, got Cody Schmink. I got some pretty good people. Got Ballrick and Candy and Samir on this show.
So, guys, James Franklin came out and said, I got a huge chip on my shoulder. But yeah, I got a big chip on my shoulder. Extremely motivated. So what do you think? How's he going to do? How's he going to fare at Virginia Tech?
Well, he's already had a good recruiting class, and that was his biggest strength, even at Penn State, was that he could recruit well. Now, there he couldn't win the big games. Could not get over the hump. They had a lot of chances to win with some good teams and couldn't get over the hump. But I think that being said, given that he's in the ACC is right now a lot better than what it used to be, especially now that you have Louisville, Georgia Tech, Miami. I don't know what Florida State's going to look like this year. I think they may or may not be better. I don't know. You're going to have Pitt. I think they'll be better.
Well, if they don't, Mike Norvell is done. By the way, Michael, that's our regular panel for the hockey show for sure. I'm glad that you had a good time with it. Sorry to interrupt you, Samir. If they aren't better, Mike Norvell will be out on the streets like 32, 35 other people were last year. And I won't have enough shows to be able to keep up with all the job firings before the end of the year. I'm still trying to catch up.
And then you have Virginia. They had a good season last year. So the ACC, I feel like, is better. It's more talent than what it initially did maybe 5 or 6 years ago, especially in the era of NIL. But it's not the Big Ten. You're not playing Michigan, Ohio State every year. So, I mean, he has a chance to kind of disprove that narrative that he can't win big games.
What do you think, Scott?
I mean, Samir's 100% right. James Franklin, to me, okay, it's the elite Penn State. You're going to what, Virginia Tech? Is that where he's at now?
Yes.
Okay, well, that's fine. I mean, I guess they haven't done a whole lot lately, so it's a good place for him, but I don't really take any stock what this guy has to say. We've got to go out there and got a good dig over in Virginia Tech. We have to put some wins on the board. And I cover the ACC with the Miami Hurricanes, so I'll have a chance to ask him before long and get in his face like I do everybody else's face at some point when he gets his tail down there. But
so
we'll see.
Virginia Tech program has only won 10 or more games since 2012.
All right, so then anything does if he wins 9 or 10 games, the guy's going to look like a genius, a big man on campus. So it's not like he's walking into a legendary situation. So they're happy to have him. We'll just see whether he can hit certain levels that they're hoping to get to. 10-win season, you're a god over at Virginia Tech. 10-win season up in Penn State, and they're looking to get rid of you as quick as they can. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think he could do better, but you know what? He has a lot of stuff he has to go through to make that team better, and there's other teams that are getting better around him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Michael didn't have a lot of good things to say to ESPN, but you know what? I don't watch it anymore, so I can kind of actually believe that Michael Edwards should be on this here once in a while with us, so I can talk, hang out with him. Hey, Michael, I'll tell you one thing. I appreciate you coming on the Thursday show with the hockey, but we got some pretty other heavy-hitting shows during the week. If you ever get old time, just swing over to the network as well, brother. But no, we appreciate what you say. I know an intelligent comment in the chat room, like I've always seen one with you. Jeremy and I can tell you some of the ones that we didn't like, I had to get rid of, right, Jeremy?
Oh, yeah.
We don't have to elaborate, but those people that know what it is. Michael, we appreciate everything you bring to the chat room and like to see more of you.
Okay, guys. Audrey Crooks, we don't normally talk about women's or college basketball, but Audrey Crooks, 21, she's the nation's second leading scorer this season, averaging 25.8 points on almost 65% shooting across 31 appearances for the Cyclones. Those are impressive returns considering she played 28.8 minutes per game, 6 minutes fewer than Vanderbilt's Michaela Blake's, who led the Division I in scoring with 27 points per game. She's a 6'3" junior, has spent the last 3 seasons at Iowa State, earning an all Big 12 first team nod on 3 occasions. She holds the records for most points in a game, 47, and points in the season, 820 in program history. She has 1 year of eligibility remaining, and she has entered the transfer portal. Any thoughts on where we might sit?
Has she been picked up yet?
Not that she announced today, and she kind of said, thank you all who have embraced me and showing up to Hilton every single game day. I've met so many of you out in the community, and I wish I will cherish all of the connections I've built during my time at Iowa State. Words cannot fully express how grateful I feel to have called this place home. I want to thank my teammates for their friendship and all the great memories. To my coaches and all the Iowa State staff, thank you for always supporting me. I still believe the grass is greener where you water it, and I've done that here. That's why I want you to hear it from me directly that I have decided to enter the portal and explore what it means to take root again in new ground. With love and deep gratitude.
Well, I don't care about those letters. They don't mean nothing to me. Go ahead, Jeremy. You want to say something? I got plenty to say in this situation.
So she's been there for 99 games in her career. She's averaged 22.8 over her career. So that means she improved every year. What did not improve was her total rebounds per game average, which is 7.7, which means she's done the exact same thing across the board. Never quite always getting double digits in rebounds, but being good enough to make a difference in the game. And she averages almost 2 assists per game. So she distributes the ball when she rebounds it. She's a good player. It sounds like she's a team player, but with wanting to leave in the last year, I think she's chasing a ring.
Yeah, well, let me explain something to you, okay? And I'm not one to talk about certain things, but I will in this situation. You're looking to chase a ring. There's only one phone call to make. And Candy and I saw it last year in Tampa. Go to Stores, Connecticut, and reach out to Gino Oriema because he's the only one that wins them anyway. And number 2, rebounding. Well, you know what? And I hate to say this, but I'm going to say it anyways on this show. This young lady needs to get in better condition if you're going to rebound, because obviously one of the biggest things that's been hanging over her head for the last few years is her lack of conditioning. She can score, that's great, but she needs to get in a conditioning program so that she can be able to do things that enable you to rebound. And I'm not taking issue with it totally, but I think if she's looking to do more than be a scorer, then I think she needs to go out there and find herself a trainer and start working on that aspect of her conditioning.
Okay.
And I agree with that too, but at the same time, you said it the right way, conditioning.
Right.
There is conditioning that has to be done. And as someone that is a bigger guy for my height, I had to condition myself to be able to do what I've done my entire life. And you say what you want, but there is conditioning you have to do. There's a way you can make yourself have stamina, make yourself be able to last longer, make yourself increase your productivity without having to change who you are, is what I'm getting at. And
Hey, Jeremy, you're a man, she's a woman. End of discussion. I'm just saying. You're saying she can't rebound, right? Well, there's a reason why.
No. I didn't say she can't.
Well, I don't know. If you say her rebounding is a little bit off, and she's a scorer, right? She's a bona fide scorer. If she's looking to improve her rebounding, she needs to be a more conditioned athlete than she currently is. And there's enough of these places in college where you can find ways to get conditioned to get in better shape than she currently is. Hey, listen, this young lady has done great work over at Iowa State. She's had 3 good years, but you're right, Jeremy. She's chasing a ring. There's no question about it. Where are you going to get a ring these days? UCLA, you have a shot at one because Corey Close, who I got to meet real well last year in Tampa, is unbelievable. I really do. And then who else you have? But then Gino Oriema is a place where you get rings, and then you get drafted and you land in the pros. Tennessee years ago, Pat Summit would have played a place to go. And then you have South Carolina is a good place to go. And then you have LSU, right? Kim Mulkey, and then who's the woman for South Carolina?
One of the good ones.
South Carolina.
Yeah. So you have excellent coaches there, but Gino Oriema is the only way you're going to get a ring these days. Well, think about the Final Fours of the championships this guy won. He said John Wooden, and I asked him this last year of women's college hoops. He is. No only fans are bugs. We all know the Wizard of Westwood, John Wooden, collected rings, and Gino Oriema has done the same thing. You really do. And Pat Summit was great. She put the sport on the map with Oriema. But she's chasing the ring, like Jeremy said, and she wants to be a more well-rounded player. Then she needs to go out there being conditioned. And she's looking to be drafted by the NBA. That's a different animal, too. You're going to have to be conditioned to keep up with the pace of that game. So she needs to be ready to not only have a fine senior year, but this young lady needs to know what it's going to be like to go to the WNBA. Because I'll tell you, you go to Caitlin Clark will take her to school and bury this girl.
I'd like to see that, but okay. That's safe.
We might in 2 years.
We might. That's exactly it. So, yeah, I mean, let's face it, the Final Four for the women are the same as it was last year.
Was it really?
UCLA, Texas, yes, UConn, and South Carolina. The same exact Final Four matchups this year. On the women's side. Obviously, the men's side, it's not the same.
Well, no, we're talking about the women's right now. And that little girl is that, right? Okay. Yeah.
I love women's college basketball, and the play is more aesthetic for a pure basketball watch than the men's game, in my opinion. I just hate how players don't stay in school, men or women, just saying.
Right. Okay.
So, okay. So do you have any idea there? And to give you guys an idea, there are 10 girls from Iowa State that have entered the transfer portal this spring. So obviously it's an exodus from Iowa State. So,
right.
Okay, next topic.
I'm going to address that, Mr. Nine-Ala. Okay. We're not addressing political issues here. This is about sports. Right. I don't want to get into the whole left wing, right wing, world politics stuff because this is a sports show.
Correct. Thank you.
Yep. Sounds good to me. Okay, guys. when I saw this, I could not believe this. Okay, FIFA raising the top ticket prices for World Cup final to $10,990.
I don't know who's paying for that.
The price. So they're saying the price had been $8,680 when they sold the tickets after the tournament draw in December, but now they're saying that they reopened sales Wednesday after a 48-team field for this year's tournament was finalized, and yes, they are. The tickets are $10,990 a piece. That's
So
more. That's more than the tickets.
Well, where are the finals being held?
The finals. I don't know if it says. Let me see. Let's see. Does it say where it's holding the finals? Let's see. For the month-long sales after.
I know Miami's hosting a lot of games. I don't know if they're hosting the finals though.
Does it even say? It said that. Let's see. Soccer's governing body is using dynamic pricing for the tournament, which will be played in 11 U.S. cities, plus 3 in Mexico and 2 in Canada.
Yeah.
Only $2,985 seats were available by Wednesday evening for the tournament opener between Mexico and Saudi Arabia on June 11th in Mexico City, and only $2,240 tickets were available for Canada's first game on June 12th against Bosnia-Herzegovina in Toronto. Let's see. FIFA did not have an explanation why. Let's see. FIFA also said that not all remaining tickets were being put on sale for the 104 games to be played in the U.S., Mexico, and Canada from June 11th to July 19th, and that additional tickets will be released on a rolling basis. Let's see. Does it say July 19th? Does it? I don't think it says in this article. July 19th World Cup.
Where the finals are being held?
19th. I'm looking. World Cup. But that ticket price is more than the ticket price for the Super Bowl last year when it was in New Orleans, Scott.
Oh, is that right? No kidding.
The World Cup final will take place on July 19th, 2026 at the New Jersey Stadium, MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford.
Oh, okay. Up in New York. Okay. Gotcha. MetLife. Okay. All right.
Yep. So I know we don't normally talk soccer, but I just couldn't that price.
Well, how do you not talk soccer when you talk the World Cup, Candy?
That's true. Hey, you got to do a little bit of that too. We're all encompassing show. We're not just.
Okay. Well, we do it on Sports Wrap when the situation presents itself. I can't believe I'm doing it, but I am. Hey, if your people like Mike Santos and Cody Speak want to do it, you do it. Then you have Dad Bradley, and what do you have? Have a soccer show, hockey on grass.
Exactly. Okay, guys, let's talk a little March Madness. And we can
still in it.
We can even after we talk this, we can throw in a little Frozen for Madness.
Isn't 3 of the Michigan teams in there?
No.
Not anymore? Which one got eliminated?
The Frozen for the men are Wisconsin, North Dakota, Denver, and Michigan.
No, evidently.
Okay, so the other Western Michigan and Michigan State both got knocked out. Okay, that's what I was wondering, because I think it was wasn't that in the Elite 8, all 3 of them were in?
Wisconsin beat Michigan State in overtime to get into the Final Four. So yes.
Oh, hey, listen, kudos to Western Michigan for even winning it last year, though.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't do it.
So let's talk about the men's Final Four. Who you got? Let's see. We're going to talk. It's Saturday, 6:09 p.m. We have second seed UConn going up against third seed Illinois in the early game.
That one's kind of a toss-up. But UConn's defense being able to force that turnover to win the game in the last second versus Duke.
That was a classic one, that though.
Mm-hmm. I still don't understand what Duke was doing on that last possession. All they have to do is hold on to the ball and wait for them to foul. Because
instead of trying to
was out of
pitch it around.
timeouts. If they foul, hold on to the ball, foul, you're shooting free throws and you probably win if you make both.
I don't know why the guy just didn't put his arms over the ball and just stand there, because you don't have to move it at that point. There was too little time left on the clock.
Caught up in the moment, Jeremy.
Yep, but they passed the ball 3 times. If I remember on that play, the inbound pass, the pass across, and then the pass that got intercepted, correct?
Yeah. If you just inbound the ball, get fouled, cover it up. You shoot free throws, and if you make both, you win.
Yeah, but you know what? If here's the thing, if Duke, they let them back in the game too. They were up by a sizable margin, so they just let them get back in to lead to that incredible moment. I mean, Duke dominated in that first half. Kinetic, all they did under Danny Hurley was they just came back and showed the old Yogi Berra comment, not over till it's over. And it was over by the time that 3-pointer got hit.
At halftime, it was Duke 44, UConn 29.
Well, there you go. 15 points right there. Said it. You made my point for me.
Mm-hmm.
Had the opportunity to put them away, and you didn't do it.
Correct.
I like Edwards' comment. I always like his comments. He's classic with those things.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Okay, so let's read it out loud, because if anybody's picking this up on the audio version, they wouldn't have known, and we're saying it's a good comment. So let me read it. Duke forgot they should have changed the baby's diaper before they got in the car for a 2-hour drive to Granny's house. They literally forgot the situation. It all led to a monumental moment.
And the fact that guy didn't stutter. You know, he got the ball, he crossed the line, he just said, "Hey, nobody's around me. I'm taking the shot."
Oh, that's true. Yeah, he was very decisive in his decision.
Yeah, it was 2 dribbles and a shot. That's all it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And net that followed after that.
And after the swish, there was 0.3 of a second left and no time to get the ball down.
Nope.
Yeah, and Shire was going home.
In the other game that plays 8:49 p.m. on Saturday, you find 2 number 1 seeds, the Michigan Wolverines against Arizona. Who we got in this one?
I got Michigan.
Size. They have a size advantage.
And that Murray kid is pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And as long as that one, the shooting guard stays consistent, they don't get into trouble.
You're talking about Cazell, right?
Yep. As long as he's playing consistent. I couldn't remember his name because you never see it. All you see is the front of their jersey when they're taking shots. But that's another story. But
and let's not forget, and I don't know if any of you heard this or not, but he left late because he actually was hospitalized for an allergic reaction. So he rejoined his teammates for the Final Four and said Thursday his allergic reaction that required hospitalization a day earlier was due to an accidental exposure to nuts. I just ate something I was allergic to. Can you believe that?
I don't mean to make fun of it, but what else are you supposed to do? I mean, that's nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, food poisoning things.
Well, these allergies, if you don't know you're allergic to something, you can have a severe reaction. So you do have to be careful with that.
Don't I know?
So all 4 of us are thinking Michigan?
Yeah,
Michigan all the way. I have to.
So then who takes the final
UConn.
Michigan.
I'm going to go to Wolverine 2 against Connecticut, but I think it'll be a pretty close game.
I gotcha. Okay, let's see. And what about the women's side? We have UConn, South Carolina, Texas, and UCLA.
There's no way I can go against UConn. No way. I'll stay with the Huskies.
It was South Carolina.
I'm going to go Huskies.
You're what?
Huskies. UConn, right? UConn Huskies?
Yeah, exactly. Uncle Gino. I called him Uncle Gino before. I used to love Gene Wrightson at the Highland House, so I called him, hey, Uncle Gino. Okay, can I take a picture? No problem. Oh, he's good about it. I got a couple of pictures with Gino. Good guy. I love you. Let me tell you something, Michael. I got to know Corey close last year in Tampa. She's a really nice lady. You got a picture of that lady. One of the things I'm going to try to do when it's all said and done, I'm going to see if I can get her on a Motor City Mad Mouse show. I'm really going to try to push that. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but that's something I'm really thinking about in my mind, Michael. So I hope you'll see it when I pull it off.
Okay, guys.
She'd be my sentimental favorite UCLA.
I gotcha. Any topics besides before we go to my town?
What about all those notable people in the MLB? These guys that are supposed to be the super sluggers this season, not having home runs through 5 games so far.
Well,
Let me give you the list. Shohei Ohtani, Cal Riley, Julio Rodriguez, Bobby Witt Jr., Vladimir Guerrero, Kyle Tucker, Ronald Acuna Jr., Matt Olson, Nick Kurtz, Junior Caminero, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Rafael Devers. All are without any home runs. These guys were tearing the cover off the ball at the start of last season. It's very notable that you're talking about 1 year later and there's no power numbers yet.
Yeah, well, Matt Olson actually just hit his first home run tonight in the first inning. So
that was this was prior to this game be coming on. So wow, he got one.
Michael, I'm going to try. I don't know if I can do it, but it's certainly on a priority list. I'll try to do that after Candy and I get back from Europe, but it's on my list. I have a bunch of things I want to do. Right now, I'm just trying to get caught up at the moment with my 2 spring training stories I have left. And I'm looking to do a story on Adam Randall, the running back out of Clemson. So he's a guy that I interviewed that we're going to be bringing on inside the pigskin as well. So there are a few things I want to get done, hopefully by the end of the weekend. And after tonight, I'll have a little time to decompress and get more things done for the network. But Michael, I appreciate it. I hope you're on there if I can pull it off. And if not, I'm glad that you're on anyways.
Okay. My town?
Yeah, I'll lead off. Florida obviously decided to shut down Alexander Barkov for the rest of the year. They should give him a full off season to rehab and continue to get him fresh for next year. I don't have a whole lot more to add to that.
Okay. Jeremy.
Well, the Dead Wings era. It's March. Let's go back to 2023. Dylan Larkins made a captain that year, 5-9-1. 2024, he's still a captain, 3-9-2. Last year, they were in playoff contention and had like 5 points to spare at the beginning of March and went 4-10 and fell out of playoff contention. This year, mid-February, they were still in first place over the whole Eastern Conference, go 5-7-2 and fall out of contention. They are still a spot out right now, even after the win tonight.
Okay.
It's ridiculous. And it's beginning to make me think that Dylan Larkin should have never been made captain to begin with because he's folding in the pressure moments when he should be leading. And maybe the Iser plan is not the plan.
Well, the Red Wings just need to start putting some wins together on the board. And you and I talked about this, I think, earlier. You can't rely on John Gibson. You got to find some goaltending someplace. And Sebastian Coso, you don't know anything about the guy, and Cam Talbot, you're not comfortable with. So I think we both agree on that, Jeremy.
And in other local news, I got a call from my daughter Monday, and I got sent some ultrasounds. I'm going to be a grandpa again.
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So I'd rather give some good news too.
Well, it's okay. Good stuff. Glad to hear it.
That's awesome. Samir.
So the Braves had a 4-2 home stretch to start the year. Offense looked very up and down, especially from the top of the order. As you mentioned, Jeremy Ronald's off to a slow start. Austin Riley's off to a slow start. Same with Ozzie, Michael Harris. So we need them to get going. Matt Olson hit his first home run tonight. Dominic Smith had another home run, so they're beating Minnesota 2-1 in the top of the fifth. How about can I share my screen? Is there any way I can share my screen?
Yeah, down at the bottom. You got an image or an actual web page? Should like a TV in the middle.
A TV
with a plus sign.
Your screen.
Yep.
And then entire screen.
Yellow.
Won't let me share. Hold on.
It should.
All right, here we go. So, in case you haven't heard, the Falcons did unveil their new uniforms. So, they did go back to red as the primary home color as they did in the 80s and then again during the Matt Ryan era. The three things that I like the most, number one, the striped pants, the classic stripes. Then you have, with the road jersey, they went back to the red numbers. They basically paid homage to the teams in the 90s, the Dirty Bird team went to the Super Bowl. And then the black pants I like as well. And I like the upgrade in the font compared to the previous ones. What I don't like, no stripes on the sleeves. Felt like you could have added some there. And the helmet. But they did keep the throwback as a part of the rotation. So overall, could they have done better? Yeah, but nonetheless, an upgrade really couldn't go anywhere besides up after the disaster that your previous uniforms were now. How about the Atlanta Hawks? 15 out of the last 17. They're doing everything right. And
sorry, I just had to get a congratulatory phone call from a fan.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And when you consider where this team was 3 months ago, like you couldn't have told any Hawks fan that they'd see this coming. It was okay. Let's get through the season, see where this New Orleans Milwaukee pick ends up. Upgrade the roster in free agency, maybe add a center and see what happens from there. But they're doing everything right. They just swept the Magic this season in convincing fashion again. Jalen Johnson, Eastern Conference Player of the Month. And I had to double check this to make sure it was right. He is the first Atlanta Hawk to win Eastern Conference Player of the Month since the month of January in 2015. That was the famous 60-win team when the entire starting five won Eastern Conference Player of the Month. And credit to Quinn Snyder for the job he's done. He's definitely made a lot of adjustments during rotations, minutes management, the way he has his team playing on both ends, especially defensively, after they've struggled there his first couple years. What a turnaround. And to think there are a lot of people in Atlanta that were calling for his job 3 months ago. So credit to him. Eastern Conference Coach of the Month.
Well, the guy did a heck of a job when he was in Utah. He went up there for ages, right? So if he went up in Utah, now he's doing it in Atlanta, then it makes him even better coach than doing it in two markets that are not considered traditional basketball markets.
Yeah. Well, Atlanta could be, considering the talent we have.
They could be, but they haven't been. What's been relevant about Atlanta except Steve Holman Sr., a good friend of mine, and Dominique Wilkins?
Well, we had Joe Johnson for a little bit. But
you don't compare to Dominique Wilkins. Give me a break.
And then of course, Trae Young took us 2 games away from the finals.
Yeah, and they exiled him out of town.
Yeah, whatever.
Give me a break. Come on.
You're in the exile.
I'm not kidding with you, man. They ran him out of town. And yet, your man Quinn Snyder's still winning anyways without the guy.
Hey, great talent in Trae Young, but he needed to get out of there because he was becoming a locker room distraction.
Thank you. Locker room distractions don't last long. They just ship them out of town. Then when you ship them out of town, what do? You send them to an organization where they're losing, and then it gets worse.
So
I don't know if it compares to a penal colony in Russia, but it's bad enough when you go into a place like the Wizards.
Well, the Wizards are. I like what they have there. I think the Wizards can be dangerous next year.
Well, you like what they have there now, and they shipped them out to a penal colony out in Washington. Yeah, I like what they have there too. Go ahead,
They have him, and if AD can play 60 games, and he's going to be throwing lobs to Alex Sarr. He's got Trey Johnson.
Okay. And I have nothing but respect for the Atlanta Hawks. I'm just saying they made some changes, and they're a team on the rise. They have a heck of a coach.
That's such a good point that MDE makes here, Michael Didden Edwards. The Hawks should have won at least 2 titles back in the Dominic Wilkins years. It was crazy they didn't, but I think it was because the bad boys were doing their thing at the wrong time for them.
Yeah, well,
that makes a lot of sense.
And then you had the Bulls with Jordan. But the thing is, the year they traded Dominic Wilkins midseason, they had the best record in the NBA, and Michael Jordan was out playing baseball. So had they not traded him midseason that year, they definitely
might have won it all.
We'll never know. You can't change the history books, people.
Hello, Michael. We got a couple of you in here. We got MDE is what I refer to him on my station, my channel. And then you, Michael Miranda there, MBA on LinkedIn.
Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
So, Candy, what about your town?
What about my town? Well, before today's games, and I will preface that before today's games, the Brewers shared the lead in one stat, and they were the leaders of stolen bases so far for MLB with 15 so far this year, and they share runs scored at 45 with the Astros. So, believe it or not, home runs, the Pirates and the Angels have 10. Miami's batting average is 290 to lead the team. Then the Yankees actually team ERA is 1.01. The Houston Astros have had 84 strikeouts. The Marlins team whip 0.83, and then the Yankees have allowed only 6 runs so far. But my Brewers are 5-1. I'll take it.
The Yankees are now too, right? Didn't they finally lose one?
I think so. Thank you, Fernando.
Hey, Fernando, my advice to you is if you like Candy so much, why don't you go out there and apply for an opportunity to come on the show? Come on to your show on Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube, and come on and join the country club, Fernando. You don't have to come on my show because I'm what you call a very difficult individual. I'm hard-nosed, bad to the bone, but come on to country club, Fernando. Get on here. Candy be more happy to invite you to the country club. You don't forget about me. There was a time when I knew you. You don't come on my shows. It's okay. Nothing bad. I'm sure you're doing big things up in West Palm Beach. It's okay. But come to the country club. Candy will love to have you. This is the show with people like you and all these other people that get an opportunity to prove that they show what they're really worth. I'm here at the Final Four. Exactly you won't beat the Final Four next week, so get in here.
There aren't any undefeated teams anymore.
Okay. Don't give me that business next week, okay? Where are you going to be the Final Four next week? Get in here in the country club with Candy. Reach out to her, man. I'm telling you. Come on, Fernando. You're the man, brother.
Good to see you.
Send me the link to apply. All right, Candy, look this guy up here. And let's see if he shows up. I'd love to see him on the country club. He'd fit in with this group.
We need his email.
Send her an email. Send your email to southfloridatribune@gmail.com, and Candy will tell you how to get in here. That way, when you're out there, you get to talk to the reason that you're here. Because I'll tell you, you don't want to come on that Wednesday show on the Sports Exchange, because I'll tell you, the way I go out there and use my automatic deep voice, you won't last very long. HolidayVargasCandy@gmail.com. So go ahead, HolidayVargas@gmail.com. Send this guy or screenshot at his email. Let him hear. I look forward to seeing him there. I'm telling you. Yeah, she's running the country club. I'm just showing up tonight because I like to come in once in a while. I've only had 2 shows prior to that, and I had a real big barn burner last night on Wednesday night. Boy, I'll tell you, I was on fire and nearly lost my voice and never got to sleep last night. So,
let me give the proper introduction of what it is. All the rest of the shows that Scott run are boot camp. This is the country club.
Exactly. It is. See, Fernando, you couldn't handle the boot camp. There's no cotton pick away. I know you'll be in Detroit for the Final Four next year. See, you ought to get in here before you get to Detroit, dude. Okay, come to the country club. If there's no way you can handle my business at the boot camp, man. Oh, no. You come to the boot camp, I'll tell you, I made Sergeant Carter look like nothing over on Gomer Pyle, dude. I can't believe I have this much energy after my 3rd show, but what the heck? The country club, I don't have to do any of the hashtagging, the scripting. All I got to do is what I do best, talk.
He's a lot closer to Major Payne than Sergeant Carter.
Who? I've never heard of him.
Major Payne, watch the movie. You'll understand.
Oh, okay. Your sports talk is a little tamed?
Oh,
really? Seriously, really? Could you handle that? No, he can. You need to come to the country club. Did I make
the gauntlet of the country club? I don't know.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I'll bring Samir on my shows. I think Samir can handle it. Hey, Samir, one of these times I encourage you to come on Tuesday night inside the Pigskin if you get a chance. If you're not out there you got an open invite. Jeremy's been on that show. I run a pretty interesting ship there, so keep in mind, Jeremy. We'll let you. Jeremy's been with the big boys. You come on, Samir, too. But yeah, see, here's the thing about. Let's see. Scott talks about theory and not real stats. I don't care about stats. I do my fair share of research too, Bev. Do 47 years and a cotton book that I think I even mentioned you in it, by the way. So I'm gonna count on you to go ahead and help me.
Thank you, Michael. Books. Thank you.
Yeah, there you go. So that's okay, Samir. Anytime you want to go ahead and reach me up, go ahead and do it, dude. Your name is in the book. Some reason or another. You're one of the people at the beginning. But yeah, I run a boot camp, dude. If I sat there and yelled at you really seriously, really, Samir, I guarantee the beard that he has on his face would fall off. I have the book. Need the autograph. Let me know. Great stuff, Fernando. Reach me up. You have my information. It's nice to talk to this guy because he comes into the country club. You don't come into the boot camp.
Hey.
You know better. Beware of motor mouth.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
You don't believe me? If you don't believe me, watch last night's Sports Exchange after 9. I'll tell you one thing. Cody Spink had the night off when he was on there watching me go at it when it really came down to crunch time. And he said he had a good time on Sports Rep today watching it. You know, and don't worry, I'm making some more adjustments to that one too. I took that Sports Exchange and took it and stripped it down to the studs. Now I have myself a juggernaut over there.
What do we think about former Patriots cornerback Stephen Gilmore announcing on social media that he's retiring after 13 NFL seasons?
Well, first of all, I'd like to respond to Michael Edwards' comments. Scott, if you yelled at me, that depends. I wouldn't be able to defend the process of anxiety being let go. I wouldn't let you go, Michael. I'd let you go out there. I'll be nice to you because you're always nice to me. But that doesn't count other people that I'd mentioned. No, I like you, Michael. You wouldn't get yelled at, but doesn't mean I wouldn't out-talk you and talk faster than you. That's a different animal. All right, go ahead. What was your question?
Okay.
Wait, he says, get an oil change. It's candy time? Okay, go ahead. I'm done. Thank you. You're welcome.
Okay. On the Stephon Gilmore announcing his retirement after 13 years, he probably should have did it 2 years ago because his play has degraded consistently over the last 2 years. He isn't the top 20 cornerback like he was anymore. He's only good in zone because he lost his step and he's not good in man coverage and he's getting beat like a redheaded stepchild.
Okay. And by the way, no, I'm just anxious and hyper and animated. Sorry about Stephon Gilmore, but I just had to put that out there.
What do you agree with me, Samir?
Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't retire last year.
Sometimes guys just hang on a little bit too long. The body wears out, and all of a sudden.
But I remember when he was with the Patriots and the Bills, there was one period where he was arguably the best corner in the NFL.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Okay, guys. Anything else you want to talk about?
Yeah, I think that Fernando should go out there and you should get him on this show. I think he'd be a yeah. Come on, Fernando, talk to me in person instead of telling me get an oil change, dude. No, he needs me to be off so he doesn't get so it doesn't turn into hammer time with him. He just needs you. He don't need me. But I will call now. No, you just log in. Candy, send him the link and get this guy on here. I'm ready for him. He'll jazz it up. Send him the link. Let's see what this guy got to stand there and talk to me in person. Anybody can sit behind a cotton picking computer and type. Howdy Vargas, I think it's gmail.com. Bring this guy on. Never brought a guy in mid-show who told me to have an oil change before. I can't remember the last time anybody ever told me that. I don't care. Let me stir the pot. Yeah, stir the pot. You'll audition to come on every week. All right, let's see if this guy shows up. Go ahead. Send him an email.
I did.
All right, get on here, Fernando. What the hell are you waiting for? You're auditioning for a spot on here. Michael Edwards is salivating for me to drop the hammer on you. Right, Mike? We're friends. I don't yell at him. Don't stir the pot with your cotton picking typing. Do it with your mouth. That's usually what people do anyway.
Hey, let him get in here. She just sent the link.
Love your energy, willingness to go head to head with anybody. And if I had to put my last dollar on you or other you, brother, let's go, Fernando. I'll tell you what, Michael, I'll hire you as my agent all day long, my man. Got to get me this guy's information. Hey, are you following me on Twitter? I get on there once in a blue moon, Michael, at Tribune South.
I don't think
Come on, Fernando, get in here. I'm ready.
But he is one of my friends on Facebook, so he can follow you there.
Who, Fernando?
No, Michael.
Oh, I like Michael. He's good people, man. You got some good people, Boric. Who's that one guy that bought a bunch of books that moved up? Yeah, he's one of the best. Oh, look at this guy. He's ready to get hammered. Hey, all right. Now the man is on the show. All right, what do you want to do, Fernando? Where the heck is that cotton picking hat? Now you get to face the demons. What do you want to talk about, dude? Bing!
How we doing, everybody?
I'm doing all right. Hey, Candy.
Listen.
We might have added a new crew member here.
Let's just start from the beginning. Coral Springs. I met Scott in West Palm Beach. We were both networking, trying to find our. I moved from California to back home in Florida. And I think Scott was just new in the area. We just met. We just kept on going. I think I was one of his first 5 subscribers on YouTube.
Yeah, you were. I'm proud of you, man.
And I went to his global headquarters in Coral Springs, and it's just been a friendship ever since there.
Yeah. And now we get to talk to him on the air while he's going out there and talking big time. I'm here, brother. I'm ready, baby. And Michael's there to watch. I love it. Great to see you again. Great to see you again, Fernando. Always love you. I'm glad that Candy lured you in here because now you got to deal with me.
Hey, listen, Candy's the 5'2" player of the show.
I know she's the 5'2" player of the show. That's why I gave it to her in the first place. She deserved to have her own show. She's been around me long enough.
She's recording. She's reporting. She's the anchor of the show. She's carrying the show all the seasons. You know what I'm trying to say? So I'm Candy's #1 fan. Everybody knows that.
So in my opinion,
we know Fernando.
Right. So in my opinion, if you're a #1 fan, Fernando, you should come on here every Thursday night at 9:30 Eastern time. And then you can go out here and hang in the country club.
I can't hold her weight. She's too much.
You don't have to hold her damn weight. Hold a conversation, you sick man.
I can't.
Give me a break. Really? Seriously, really? See, I'm doing it to him, Michael.
I took a retirement to sports. I can't. Candy has surpassed me. I can't be in her circle.
Fernando, I have a quick question for you.
Yes, sir.
What are the teams that you are a fan of that you cover?
I am here on behalf of Skyship Services. Okay. We are the operator of the Chuck Blimp for the last 3 years for Capital One.
Nice. Okay.
So my first Final Four was in Arizona. Yes, last year it was in San Antonio, and this year we have 2 blimps, one in Phoenix and one in one over here in Annapolis. But I'll say last year to see UF in front of my eyes win it all the way through. It was a back and forth game, man. But Houston playing in San Antonio, it was a home game, man. It was a Red Army out there in San Antonio. It was intense. But over here, it's pretty cool. And the Purdue almost made it back to back. I was really hoping to see Duke men and women both be on the same side. But here in Annapolis, they have high school championships, NIT championship, number 1, number 2, and number 3 division, all the division basketball championship, man. It's basketball country here. It's pretty cool, man.
As you can tell by my logo here, I'm a Detroit sports nut, which means I'm a Michigan Wolverines fan, and I'm as happy as a pig in slop right now.
Let's do it. But yeah, speaking of my, I'm learning a little bit more new stuff. My dad was recently diagnosed with Parkinson, and I saw that Kirk Gibson has a center up there, and it's pretty cool what he's doing up there in his hometown, free for people and activities and whatnot. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, Kirk Gibson has been a part of that community.
Sorry, Jeremy. Did you know that I've been diagnosed with Alzheimer's?
No, not at all. Since when?
2 years. I'll be almost 2 years in November.
You don't act like it.
Huh?
You don't act like it.
Well, not right now. I don't. That way. I'm busy active doing this stuff. I better not be like that, or I'll be in trouble. But I have my moments.
It's the short-term stuff that he has issues with. It isn't the stuff that he knows. So the fact that he still knows sports, as long as he has it wrote down in front of him, he can still talk about it.
What's the name of Tiger Stadium?
America Park, dude.
Oh, okay. He's still current.
Yeah.
But I like the old Tiger Stadium better. But Jeremy, you know what? You could still be my spokesman any time in the world, brother, because you're in my book anyway, just like this guy is.
Hey, listen. Even though Philadelphia is trying to have a sports complex, Detroit was the first to do it. That sports town is amazing to visit, amazing to tour. I told my wife, let's go to a zoo. She said, what zoo? I was like, Tigers Park. They got a carousel out there with a tiger on it. Let's go over there. She's like, that's not a zoo. I was like, yeah, the Tiger fans are a zoo. Yeah, that sports town over in Detroit is awesome, man. Can't wait to go back.
Yeah, Michael, unfortunately, I do have Alzheimer's, but if you're married to Jennifer Aniston, I hope you have a great life with that shit, because I'm sure.
Oh,
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead. Sorry, man.
I met Scott through his show Inside the Pigskin, because a friend of mine that had been on my Lions podcast on Fridays was on there, and he said I should tune in. And they just happened to be talking about the difference between Matt Patricia and Dan Campbell that night. And I couldn't help it. I put my nickname for Matt Patricia in there, and then we struck an accord right after that.
No, I lured you from another defunct network and put you on that show.
But no, I was making comments on that show.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't even writing for you yet. I put in the comment because you said that they said, man, you said Patricia couldn't coach his way out of a wet paper bag, and I said, yeah, Matt Patricia is what I called him. And the whole panel just busted out laughing.
Yeah, that part got past me, Jeremy. You're right. I'll own that.
Mm-hmm.
But I was writing for that defunct network at the same time. And he goes, well, let me see what you got. And I sent him my article, and it was about that game versus the Baltimore Ravens when Justin Tucker set the longest kick in the NFL at 66 yards.
Mm-hmm.
And I named the article The Greatest Kick That Never Should Have Happened.
Never should have happened. Was it a wrong call?
Oh, yeah, because prior to that stop clock play that Lamar did at 7 seconds, the right tackle jumped when the play clock hit 0. They didn't hike the ball for another 1.5 seconds. So there was a false start, and it was a delay. It should have been a delay of game with no timeouts.
So quick question, just to tie up everything over here. How come there is a playoff foul in basketball, not no more in football? And how come there's not like a playoff call for baseball? Like I feel like sometimes there should be like some opportunity, because at the World Baseball Classic, that should not have been a strike. Like DR should not have lost against the US. Like too much was on the line. It needs to be like the intensity is there, but it's just too much on the line for it to be like that, man. It was just too close to make that call.
I agree. It should have been. They should have had the ABS system in place for the WBC, like they have now, because I'm quite sure that's up to the pitcher if the ball's called wrong, the batter if it's called wrong, and the manager if they see it's called wrong. So there's 3 people that have a chance to do it.
Yeah, and I heard that if you don't get any extra calls for extra innings, because the Mets, who I'm a fan of, has been in back-to-back extra innings, just not doing as what they need to do on paper, but they're squeaking by. The New York Mets are squeaking by. Hey, Samir, are you from Atlanta, or are you just a team with Atlanta?
Oh yeah, I'm from Atlanta. Yeah.
Did you go to the All-Star game last year?
I did. I went to the Home Run Derby and the All-Star game.
Oh, it was awesome, man.
It was great,
man.
It was great.
It was great energy, the aesthetics, the music, the band. Man, Atlanta knows how to throw on a show, man. The convention center was good. It was fun.
Hey, Fernando, let me tell you something. Candy and I were at Cool Today Park out in Northport, and I have a couple stories and a couple videos up there. So if you get around to checking out the Tribune, go to my drop-down box. They have a couple of Atlanta stories. Samir, you should check them out too. And the videos that I had with Walt Weiss and Tony Diaz, they were really good. I had a good time over there at Northport. So yeah, I've actually begun to work. I'm building a good relationship with the Braves PR people. Hope to get up to Truist Park at some point down the road.
Okay.
Sure. Are you guys signing up for FIFA anytime soon? What's the aesthetics looks like?
Yeah, we don't normally cover a lot of soccer, although we have covered Inter Miami in the past.
Hey man, 2026. This is the year of sports everywhere. All regions, all time zone is having big football, basketball, baseball, soccer. It's good time for North America.
So is your business flourishing enough where you could go out there and get royal treatment there? I mean, I hear you're doing some incredible things out on the street compared to when I saw you the last time, right?
Yeah. Marketing is really good with my company called Florida Digital Center. We do a lot of good marketing, and I do consulting. And then I've been with the Final Four the last 3 years. Before that, we did the Netflix project on the Christmas game about a year and a half ago. And then, but the biggest one, I was with the Marty Supreme. They had an orange blimp, ping-ponged around over in California. So right now, it's just been in the marketing world, but hopefully my application to the Candy Show gets me back into sports one day.
Well, hey, listen, it probably will.
If I have to carry Candy's camera bag, wiper lens, change her memory cards, I'm ready, Candy. I'm ready over here. I'm ready to drop in media for you. I'll be your media manager. I got you, Candy. You ain't got to do nothing. I'll put the settings on for you. I'll put the f-stop for you. You just hold your pose, and I'm just putting new batteries in, Candy. You got to do nothing. You ain't got to sweat, Candy. I take care of you.
Wow.
That's it.
Wow, I'll tell you what.
Is in the AC riding, eating the buffet while Candy's on the sideline, sweating, taking photos. I'll be right down with you on the sideline, Candy. I help you out.
She'll hire you. I'm not gonna. I'll retire at some point. She can hire you. I have no problem with it. She can put the final stamp of approval on it. Listen. I knew you when we were first starting out with this whole thing. You're doing good things. I'm out there grinding away like any motor mouth would.
And Candy's on the sidelines, sweating between photos and flashes and blurry stuff. And you're like, I need a photo for my post.
She'll take care of it, man. Hey, listen, while I'm dealing with Alzheimer's, at some point I'm going to shut this machine down. It'll be up to her to take care of it. She wants to find other people to do it. Hey, Fernando, I'm all for you. You were there at the beginning with me. Again, I realize you don't have the guts to go to boot camp, so you might as well come to the country club.
No. I want to skip that step.
Exactly. I know. I've invited you on other shows to come on, and you've got more moves of getting out of them than Barry Sanders did when he ran for yards.
I gotta run backwards to get away from you sometimes.
Yeah, I know. I know you backed away from me. That's why you're in the country club.
It's interesting you said Barry Sanders in backwards, because not only was he 4th in yardage overall when all said and done, he led the league in the end of his career for most tackles and yards lost by any running back in NFL history.
Yeah, I know. I think
he's like the Brett Favre of quarterback. No one knows Brett Favre interception stats. No one wants to talk about that.
No one wants to talk about his 176 interceptions.
Yeah, well, let me tell you something. Say what you want about Brett Favre. He's one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks. And you know what I have in common with Brett Favre? I mean, once upon a time I was an Iron Man. I'm a gunslinger, man. If there's a chance for me to take out there, I'll do it.
You said the words, because guess who passed him in interceptions last year?
Yeah, but I'm a gunslinger. Don't forget that either.
Matt Stafford, another gunslinger.
All right, so I got two gunslingers. I like Stafford and Favre. So what?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying.
I'll throw it up there. And as far as I can go, I'll get whatever guest I think I'd get my hands on. I'll put them on this network if there's possibilities.
Just thought I'd throw that out there, you know.
No, I know. I figured you would. Some things never change, JB.
But I do got to say, I do have to call it a night. It's time for me to take my medicines again.
All right, well, sorry. Well, I'm just about done myself.
It was a pleasure to be on here. Appreciate everybody. I'm always going to follow, chime in whenever I can. So, Jeremy,
thank you.
Well, you chime in on this show because you don't have the guts to. You chime in on this show because you don't have the guts to come on any of mine anymore.
So let me sign off the way I always do here.
Go ahead, John.
Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. It's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here.
I hope you
have
feel
a great
better,
night,
Jeremy.
everybody. Yep. Thank you.
Feel better, Jeremy. Good night, man.
Yep. Good night.
All right. So now there's four of us. Now the guy goes ahead and has a chance to really show what he's got. All right, go out there with Candy before I sign out myself. Go ahead. Now it's your time to audition with Jeremy going to sleep. Tell her what you got, and she'll bring you on every week. Go on. Tell her. Want me to get off so you can talk to her without me?
No. I'm Candy always leads it, and radio. Candy always does a great transition to the next topic. So on your Candy.
Oh, it's all on
your mark, Candy. On your mark. You say hi. I'm ready to go off the line for you, Candy.
Hey, Fernando. So who's your? You said the Mets are your baseball team. Who's your football team?
The Cowboys used to be my football team, and an unpopular opinion, ESPN has ruined football for me because they make betting so easily. The who else ruined football for me? Fantasy sports ruined football for me because everybody's following people in division, not following a team anymore. So I'm more of a playoff fan now when it comes to football. I enjoy it. I follow the local heroes. I live in Boynton Beach now, so you got Travis Hunter, you have Lamar Jackson from Boynton Beach. So it's always good to follow people around in the state of Florida. So I've come back just to be a Florida fan.
Yeah. So I forgot you're a Mets fan. Are you from New York originally?
No, you are either where you're from or where your parents from. So I became a Mets fan on behalf of my parents. So that's where I've been. I grew up going to the Fort Lauderdale Lockhart Stadium, seeing the Yankees, seeing the Mets, seeing the Orioles. So that was definitely my background, my area. But I had the opportunity to visit the old Braves Park, sit on the big Coca-Cola rocking chair up there on top. It was good stuff. But I did my tour around baseball stadiums.
Yeah, I remember back in the day, Fort Lauderdale Stadium. I covered the Yankees, the Fort Lauderdale Yankees back in the day. It was a good experience. That's where I actually got my start covering baseball on a regular basis, and I've learned a lot of lessons.
That was good to have spring training in Fort Lauderdale. It was really good.
Yeah, well, look at my book. I can tell you all the memories. You may have it. Have you read it?
Yeah, of course. I always want to see my name.
Oh, beautiful. So do me a favor. Go out there, and since you bought it, give me a 5-star review on it at least.
I sure will. I don't know the first page, the second page, but I know the paragraph where my name's in it. That's it.
That's good enough for me. That's good for a 5-star review. Or
look where you are now from us having a conversation. Come to my office. You say, hey, listen, I want to grow Tribune. I'm getting the resources. I'm getting the adverts. We're growing. How do I get online?
Listen, buddy, now that you're in Boynton Beach, I'm sure we can get out there. You're the one who taught me about StreamYard. Sick to man. I'll never forget what you once told me, that it's like a highway that goes different directions. And I got news. I remember you told me that. That simplified the darn thing for me.
That's it. You put it everywhere you wanted to go to.
Yeah, I know. You told me. I remembered that. I may be losing my memory everywhere else. I didn't forget that darn thing. That's what got you in the book in the first place. I mean, it's a compliment, dude. You don't have any for me. I don't care. It don't matter. I've been called arrogant, and I take that as a compliment. So I've heard it.
No. That's your love language. The higher you scream is the more love you put out there.
And you're in Boynton Beach, dude. We need to get together. I'll be more than happy to go ahead and sign the book over for you. And then in return, okay, the condition is you need to be coming on the country club with candy. That's all.
I sure will. Give me that members pass. I'll sign up. And Samir, the next time the Mets play the Braves, man, I'd love to drive up and see.
Well, here, you know what to do?
Oh, for
Candy,
sure.
do me a favor. You send this guy a cotton picket invite every time on Thursday night. You got it? And see if he shows up.
Okay.
You have an open
Invite.
invitation. Huh?
Send me the invite.
Yeah.
Sounds
He
good.
got an open invitation to come on here. He likes you. That's okay. That's all right. I'm glad. You got a lady
So,
friend in there.
are you all Atlanta sports
Yep.
or just?
Yep.
Okay.
See? I recruited for you, Katie. He belongs on the country club.
I
What
got
was,
you.
your
Send an
personal
invite.
opinion, what was your personal opinion on Magic City? Was it for the culture, or you think it was a little biased?
It was for the. Well, if you are not from Atlanta, you don't understand that Magic City is more than just what it is.
Entertainment.
Yes, it is more than just entertainment. It is a
Listen. Strip clubs, golf clubs, and bars are get the most deals get done. Is that what they said?
well, basically the people that canceled it or people that spoke out against it don't understand this city's culture. And
Oh no, not at all. Not at all.
No, but I
leave it at
understand.
that.
I know one thing I do
leave it at
understand.
that.
That Buckhead is the place to go, my man. I liked Buckhead when I went there years ago.
Well, Buckhead's not that anymore. It's
Not okay.
it's not the party scene anymore. No.
Oh, it's not. It was when I was back there. I got a lot of people I know in Atlanta these days, and now all I got to do is just make sure I have some good friends up with the Atlanta Braves. I'll be up there. I got a lot of people up in that neck of the woods. I'm telling you, Fernando, you send me a text when you want to meet up in Boynton Beach. I'll sign that thing over, and you and I can make more plans to go out there and do some collaborating. We did back then. There's no reason why we can't do it now, right?
For sure. Well, I'm here in Indianapolis until Tuesday. I fly back on Wednesday. Let's definitely meet up. But I'm going to leave out. But I'm going to say this: I do think Atlanta sports can definitely challenge Miami. You got the Florida Georgia. You got it's just Atlanta has a lot of sports, and I think a lot more passionate and more local than Miami. Miami's too fan.
Well, that doesn't say much.
Yeah. Well, definitely. The thing
Wait.
Hold on, listen.
Really, seriously, Miami's one of the worst sports I've ever been.
Hawks is going to sell out. Baseball Braves are going to sell out. Football is going to sell out. College is going to sell out.
We're in Atlanta?
Okay.
Well, I know when they get another team. The only reason why the Panthers are selling anything is because they had a couple decent years. When they go to the toilet again, if they're even selling out, they'll be back to where they were before. They'll come down to earth. This year they got excuses because everybody's busted up. Well, we'll see what happens with the Panthers. I like Atlanta. I have no problem with Atlanta. I mean, the Braves are in a good place up there by Truist Park because they're in the suburbs. They took them out of downtown, and I think hockey will do well should they get another team in the suburbs. Okay, so you got two up there. I don't know how well the Falcons and the Hawks do. But
the thing with the Falcons and the Hawks is that the Falcons especially have a more passionate fan base than what they get credit for. The issue is, outside of the Matt Ryan era, it's been 60 years of crap. Like, outside of the Matt Ryan era, they're the Jets, they're the Browns, they're the Cardinals, etc. So, like, the thing about them and the Hawks is when they're winning, the city's going to show up. Like, with this run the Hawks are going on, this is the most energy I've seen at State Farm Arena in a long time. So, Atlanta, the thing is, we are a transplant city. So, we've got a lot of people from all over the place. So, especially when New York comes to town or Chicago or Boston, they're going to bring a lot of their fans. But the bottom line is, when you win, they're going to come.
Well, that's the same way it is in South Florida, Samir.
Yeah.
You think these people are sports fans? If you think these people are sports fans and Santa Claus is Jewish, really? Seriously, really? These people are, God forbid, they're awful. I come from the Midwest.
Definitely. Like, I would say Sunbelt sports towns are not like the Midwest.
Yeah,
like
but Miami's awful. They once had a sign on here that say, "Well, the last American bringing the
6,000 people showed up to see a no-hitter, a complete game. 6,000 people showed up to see a complete game. Like, come on.
It's Miami especially. And the thing is, I don't blame the fans for the state of the Marlins. Like, Miami should be one of the best. Like, Miami should be one of the best baseball towns in the country. Like, think about it. Demographics, the proximity to Latin America.
One thing my dad told me, Samir, as a Cowboys fan, he said, you're never going to see the Cowboys unless they play the Dolphins. As a New York Mets fan, you're never going to see the Mets, but you always can see the Marlins. You always can see the Dolphins, this and that. The problem with the South Florida sports, you have a lot of people from everywhere. And they don't want to. They only want to watch their teams on TV or watch their team when they play the Dolphins or the Panthers or the Marlins. But I do feel that people still show up to the Braves. People still show up to the Hawks, regardless of that schedule. People still show up to the Jets, regardless of that schedule.
Yeah, but
we just don't have
like
fan base.
Oh, wait a minute, hold it. Let me say this much, okay? Samir, you're getting more than you bargained for tonight, my brother. I'm glad you're on for this one.
I'm taking my 10 minutes of fame.
Well, wait a minute. This show is turning out to be wait a minute.
I am a Falcons season ticket holder.
Yeah, but let me say this. This show's turning out to be the sports exchange all over again, only on fire up here. I'm going to tell you this. Where they built that cotton picking stadium in Miami, who the heck is going to have a night like, are you going to have a Cuban coffee after the Marlins game? Really? Seriously, really? They should have built that damn thing right next to Joe Robbie Stadium. That's where they should have done it.
Allegedly, it was supposed to be in Davie over there at the old jump removal area.
Well, whatever. They shouldn't have not built it in Little Havana, Santa man. Look at the attendance. It was the last time you were there. Yeah, so you have to think that one through. You don't have gray hair. You don't have any.
Public funding.
On top, anyway.
Well, the thing about, and one thing I will say about some Atlanta fans is it's not their fault, but again, the Hawks and the Falcons just haven't won. The Atlanta Hawks have never been to the NBA Finals, and the Falcons, we know about that. The thing is, Atlanta is not one of those blue-collar sports towns like a Cleveland or a Detroit or a Buffalo where no matter how the team is doing, the fans are going to pack the stands.
True.
We are, if you went, with the exception of the Braves, because the Braves have a national following, especially throughout the Southeast. But when it comes to the Hawks and the Falcons, we are if you win, we will show up. If not, good luck. And Miami's kind of the same way.
Well, it is the same way. It's kind of. The only big city down here in South that's any good that resembles the Midwest is the Tampa Bay area. They'll show up because you have a lot of predominantly Midwestern people there. And what do you got here? You have I-95 South. I call it MAD, MADHATTEN, MAD.
Yeah, but like specifically about the Marlins, like the Heat, the Heat have been good for a long time, so they don't have problems with attendance. But
they're in a better neighborhood though too.
Yeah, right by the bay,
But the thing with the Dolphins haven't won a playoff game in 25 years. Yeah. So there's that. It's been 25 years of mediocrity.
I think the Dolphins are kind of like, for some reason, they're, I want to say like the new Buffalo Bills in a sense of just never going to just cross over that threshold. But like the fans show up and the fans are going to believe and think they're going to make it this year every single time. You
can't put them in the same sentence as the Buffalo Bills.
I'm saying in theory, how
forget theory. There's perception and there's reality. Stick to man. Wait a minute. That's why he has to come to the country club. Tonight, Candy's getting a show she never thought she'd ever have. Jeremy went to bed sick, and now you got Fernando and I going there, and Samir's the referee between us is what you got.
No. What I'm saying is I feel like Miami should be one of the best baseball towns in America.
Yes.
And again,
really?
Consider demographics, location to the proximity to Latin America. Especially
even A-Rod donated his name to college who he never went
what
to.
I'm saying is,
when the damn team has 4 winning seasons in 34, that makes it life a little difficult, dude.
Number one, the team, except for 2 years where they somehow won the World Series, both of those years, they've been awful. So, and then number 2, they're trading their homegrown stars every few years.
Thank you for making my point. 4 wins in 34 seasons. Really? Seriously, really? God couldn't win there.
Listen. Up to 2023, the Marlins were undefeated in the playoffs. And every single time they went to the playoffs, they went to the World Series 2 times. But it's true. I think it's either the GM or I think it's
the owners. I mean, they don't pay their homegrown players. They're trading their homegrown players every few years.
Yeah, the Tigers benefited when they got Miguel Cabrera and Dontrell Willis for a bunch of prospects that never worked out. We thank you very much, Marlins, and Dave Dombrowski fleeced you.
I think the owner of the Marlins, whoever he is just treating us like his real estate, like his portfolio. He's just buying and selling property.
Well, that's all they do down there. Yeah, I mean, Don Mattingly did a heck of a job with what he had to work with.
Like Latin stars should be flocking to Miami.
They got the baseball camp in Cuba. They're not taking advantage of.
Like that should be like a premier destination for free agents where they want to go play in Miami. Like why? Like you get to go live in South Beach. Like no state income tax. You get to play in that stadium, which is a nice.
Once upon a time, Samir, I go over to Minnesota Twins camp and talk to Pablo Lopez. And he was glad to get out of Miami because when he was in Minnesota, he had an opportunity to play in front of fans. F-A-N-S, not F-A-N. Okay, so when you go out of Miami, you get to play in front of people. Okay, and that's plural, not singular. Okay, when they get out of Miami, and I'll tell you, Fernando, I've gone in a lot of spring training places, and they tell me this stuff, and I go after Marlins to try to pin them all down there with that comment, and they say the same darn thing. Hey, Candy, are you having a fun time hashtagging this battle royal that obviously got a little more than you anticipated when you put me on a show like this? Because you never know, because it's all that happened last night on the Sports Exchange. I hammered two people. Now I got another whipping boy in Fernando, but he's going to come on here but not be caught dead in the boot camp. But yeah, I know what this job, I know what this sports town is all about. I don't care. I'm glad I'm 63 years old and at the end of my rope, because then I can go out there and just do whatever the hell I want. And go out there and write books and just pick and choose where I'm going. I tried to pull blood out of a stone in South Florida, and now all I'm doing is getting a damn stone. Well, I don't care. I have no regret being here. I love being in South Florida. Hey, I've been here on 2 times, from 1981 to 84, and then I came back in 2000. I think in 1 or 2. I think it was. I've been here since. So I've been here good at least half of my life here. I owe this area a debt of gratitude, and I have a business here, and I've done a lot of stuff down here. But I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, your life changed. You got that sweet tooth a couple of years ago. Tell him, Candy.
Well, here, let me finish. Wait a minute, let me finish here.
Your career change. You are where you are now.
Well, let me tell you something. Fernando, well, you got 4 names, okay? I'm not sure which one to call you, but I'll just have to call you me or whatever the hell it is. But here's the deal. If I quit, whatever. Is that how they do? I try to keep up with the 2 or 3 I have. But I like Motor City Madmouth because that trumps them all. No relation to Donald Trump. But here's the thing. When you think about it, if I was in Detroit, I had a great relationship with all the PR guys. I could write a bigger book over there because at least I'm getting treated fairly there. This market, when it comes to their PR people, are like toilet paper. They all stink. Most of them do anyway. I don't care if they're listening. Big deal. It is what it is. But I'm at a point where I'm in my 60s. I don't even care anymore. All I care about is causing havoc overseas and doing my videos. Like, take your own kind of music, or make your own kind of music with my little metal chopsticks like I did on the cruise ship last year, and stick it on the YouTube channel that you were so nice to subscribe at the beginning.
Well, I love you guys. Appreciate it, Samir. I'll see you in Atlanta, Candy.
Thank you.
Hey, I love you, Fernando. I'm glad you had the chance. Hey, listen, I'm glad you had the chance to take your beating like a man with me. And Fernando, when you get to Boynton Beach, look me up. Looking forward to catching up with you, and I'll sign that book, brother.
I'll sure take care. Be safe, everybody.
All right, good night.
Thank you. I think that's my cue to sign off as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to get going.
Tell everybody how they can find you.
So you can find a lot of my work on the new Sideline Sports and Entertainment website. You can also find a lot of my content and articles on Twitter at ATL_Samir2401. And you can find me on Thursday nights on Fire Up. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll see you guys next week.
You bet. Well, I won't be on next week, but you guys will. But it was fun coming on here tonight, seeing Fernando and do what we did. All right, Candy, you want to take us home?
Yep. South Florida Tribune Publishing Company published a book, Lessons from the Microphone, Tuning into the Enduring Wisdom of Visionary Leaders. It is written by Scott, the Motor City Madmouth Morganroth. Talks about his 40-plus years in the industry and how it has evolved, old school media versus new school media. Get your copy today. It's available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Kindle, Google, and Apple Books. There's also an audiobook out there. And there's a link on our website, www.southfloridatribune.com, where there is a plethora of great content, so go check it out. If you like to listen to podcasts, you can find us wherever you get your podcast. Last but not least, if you see that red subscribe button in that lower right-hand corner, that means you have not yet subscribed to us. What are you waiting for? Just click it, like, and share us with all your friends and family, and then turn on your notifications so you're notified every time we go live. We don't want you to miss any of our great programming. And go check out some of the videos we already have up on there. Scott's interviewed Don Mattingly, Ruben Bain Jr. this spring, Tony Diaz, Miles Straw. Go check out some of the interviews as well. But as always, we want to say thank you to everybody that's been commenting in the chat room. We appreciate it, everybody out there, and we hope everybody enjoys the Final Four. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.